Hi everybody, welcome to the Soulful Soul. My name is Gladys and this is a pick a card reading for the next couple of weeks. You can make your choice from the three cards below. You can choose from the stones, the crystals. The first is Carnelian, the second is clear quartz, and the third is rose quartz. Today I'm going to do the Celtic cross after a long time. So enjoy. Welcome back, Group One. Group One, you chose this card, which is the Nine of Fire, and it's the card associated with the wounded warrior and Carnelian. What I see in this card is the fruit. I think pomegranates are associated with fertility. Grapes, they give and give and give. I'm not sure what these other fruit are, some berries of some type. Mulberries. There aren't any grapes here. There are mulberries. Hey, and by the way, I made mulberry jam. So, yeah. So it's this this feeling that I get from this is your hard work, maybe you've been very stressed, maybe you've been burdened by this hard work, but this card suggests seeing the fruits of your labor, seeing something so fertile and beautiful coming out of that. I love this message for you, Group One. Let's see what the rest of the reading has to say. And then Carnelian, I'm associating Carnelian with the sacral chakra, which is also about fertility, right? It's about sexuality, sensuality, just like enjoying being in your body. And yeah, that's just a lovely message. Let's see. In the past, we have the Three of Swords, which is the card of pain, and it's in the reverse. It's like coming out of some deep wounding, maybe from a relationship but what I feel is, especially with the Nine of Wands here, you have been trying to deal with that pain and confront it. And so this healing is taking place. You're not running away from it. And if you are Group One, this is a guidance to confront whatever that is. However, I do see this as a fading energy, and I also see it as being in the reverse, like so much healing having taken place. The wounded warrior has been through so much experience, and they come out stronger. And in your case, you're coming out with this sense of fertility and abundance. And you know what the word is? It's possibility that describes what this reading is, what's emerging from this reading for me. You have the Knight of Coins. I love the Knight of Coins because I think it kind of represents my sign, Capricorn, right? The Knight of Coins. Well, I guess all the earth signs are associated with this doggedness and determination, but who more so than the goat, right? So, but what the Knight of Coins talks about is determination, looking at the long-term picture and not just focusing on quick fix outcomes. And it's in the upright. It's at the center of your reading, suggesting that you are in it for the long haul, or that is your guidance. Don't expect quick fixes. I think it's very much in line with this Nine of Fire. And you have the Death card, and I feel I think it was in reverse. No, this is the Tower. The Tower. So you're still in this process of healing. The message that I'm getting is that this is a long-term thing. It's like you are in the process of rebuilding, of letting go of stuff and rebuilding. And even this journey of healing, it's a lifelong journey, but it feels to me like you are dealing with one aspect. You are coming through some kind of a big thing that you are healing. So understand that the Tower it's still there's still the rumblings, like the aftershocks. You're still seeing what needs to be taken forward and what's staying behind. You have 2 tens, which suggest new beginnings, things coming to an end, but not there yet. That's also the feeling I get from the Tower. You're still in the process. What you need to think about is the 10 of Swords, and that is the card of the worst being over. That's beautiful. The worst is over. Beneath the surface is this 10 of Cups, this happy families. And you know, it is in the reverse. So I feel like it's something that you can meditate on. What is your happiness? What does happy family look like? I know I say these things, but I think they're very practical. I think for me, the tarot is practical. It's not anyway, so with the 10 of Cups, I feel like this is what wants to come to the surface. And in a way, it's wish fulfillment. So if we don't have wishes, how are those wishes going to be fulfilled? It's kind of like putting those wishes out there, maybe naming them. What does this happy family look like for you? And then you have the Moon card. It's such a beautiful card here. Oops. Moon card. The little doggy and the wolf. I'm just going to look at it for a while. You know, the moon does talk about mystery. It talks about the darkness, you know, nighttime. And this is you being on this journey. You know, I feel like this is talking about you being willing to be in this process of not knowing, of even your tower that's falling. It's not like a sudden aha moment. It's slowly crumbling and you're allowing it. It's like you are allowing what needs to fall, and knowing that you are at the same time rebuilding slowly, but you're embracing the mystery, and that's lovely. Around you is the 10 of Coins. Wow, this is amazing. This patience of yours, I feel, is bringing in something beautiful. And please do let me know if this happens. You know, what it suggests is around you is this abundance coming in. Maybe someone bringing in an offer of stability. I mean, there's a person that's pregnant there, you know. So the stability can be in the form of fertility. And if I think about fertility and the fruits of your labor, it might be seeing the benefit from this hard work in the form of offers or promotions or something. It's like being at the pinnacle. I don't think you're at the pinnacle, because I feel like you're working towards that. You're at 9 and you're moving towards 10. But maybe something comes in that offers a completion in this sphere. It could be a relationship, even a relationship that is solid, really solid, even financially, no? Because we need that, right? We also need to be okay and safe and whole, and yeah, we all need that. Anyway, and then in the near future we have the Death card, and here it says release. It's you. I feel like it's saying almost that that perhaps something does change completely. Let me see. Let me get clarifiers. Or perhaps something is revealed to you. You know, it's above the moon. So it's you having been patient and asking for guidance. And you know, I feel these are connected. It's you being willing to hear. And because of that, this coming in. I just want to say, the magic of the tarot for me is in its practical application. And I'm going to be talking more about it this year. I'm going to do some nice things this year, I think. But the magic is in how we use the messages and learn from them and then make change. Like for me, last year was really hard financially, But it really forced me to focus. And as the days are going by, I listened to my intuition. I cleaned up my office and I redid it. I put up my pin boards. My brother put up my pin boards for me. On the one, I've got a calendar. On the other, I've got like my ideas and plans. And each of the steps, because I'm sorry to lecture, but I'm working on something that has so many different moving parts, right? And so I can become overwhelmed easily, but I've been listening to the tarot guidance, and this is not, oh, noble me. What I'm saying is that one of my, is that I use the tarot in that way, and slowly but surely what needs to happen now is becoming clear to me, and I think there's a similar kind of thing here for you. This listening, this willing to listen, and because of that, knowing what to release, what needs to be let go of. And I love that you get the unicorn here. It's suggesting magic coming from this letting go, Group One. Oh, and then your outcome, you have the wise counselor, which is, I'll come back to the advice. The wise counselor, it's the high priest, and it's in the reverse. I think I prefer the high priest in the reverse, or depends on the cards around it. But here, it's suggesting bucking a trend. This offer might come from an unusual place. This release, this you being open, is guiding you to a place you never thought you would go. It maybe bucks the tradition. It maybe goes against the grain. It maybe challenges you to be different from what you thought you were, or your expectations of yourself. But let me see with the clarifiers. Oops, two came out. Another 5, another, and beneath the deck, the Prince of Wands. So it's like this balancing of the energy. Wow. Okay, let me give it a moment. This for me is being brave. It's taking this accumulated wisdom, experience, and being brave about the next steps. It's like you're listening to inner guidance, and you're being guided to take the next steps. And the Knight of Coins is pacing you. It's saying, come back to pace. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, just come back, ground yourself. And grounding yourself can be going for a walk, plonking your feet or your hands or whatever part of your body in the earth, if you can, or touching the earth. So it's that kind of thing. And it's being brave, and it's taking what comes. So you've done this, something comes in, an offer comes in, it looks like, and it's you. It's what I was saying earlier, being guided and then taking the bull by the horns and going with it, going full steam ahead, and knowing that you can always come back to your logical, practical, feet on the ground, earthy energy when you need to, and do that when you need to, like pull yourself back to home, But you also have the courage to do whatever it is that you are being guided to do. In the near past, with the 3 of Swords, you have the 3 of Wands. So this suggests to me that a wish took longer than you anticipated, Group One. But how sweet it is when it does come in, And maybe you are starting to see those little sparks that you put out, like sending a CV, writing a proposal, helping someone. You can see things coming back from those actions in a very tangible way, I feel. And with the Knight of Coins, you have the Princess of Coins. This feels so much like the Empress, but in her very young stage. So there's an innocence about them. There's fertility again. Wow. There's so much potential. You are in this place of potential and such a beautiful giving nature. It's like you've given a lot is what I feel, and now you are seeing in so many ways the benefits and the rewards coming in, and they're bringing in fertility in all the senses of the word, in whatever way you are wanting that to happen. So what I feel here, Group One, is also guidance that you note those things down, note the happy things that are showing up, the happy coincidences, someone does a beautiful thing. Like my brother told me about something so sweet that my niece did, or so like mature that she did. And, I was just so proud of her. And so note those things down, I really do believe in gratitude, begetting more things to be grateful for, And then with transformation, you have the Ace of Swords, and you got it in reverse, which for me is also, I kind of like the aces both ways. This is maybe making a stand about something. It's also cutting through stuff. With the Tower, and I can feel these are going to be long readings. Anyway, that's what happens to the Celtic Cross. So what the Tower is generally the aha moment, but in your case it's not. It's like this thing slowly crumbling, and from it you getting clarity and almost drawing a line in the sand. Group One, maybe that's something that you need to do, is drawing a line in the sand and stating that this pain, this thing, whatever this experience you've had, you're done with it now. You're most certainly done with it at that level. If it does come up again, and this I think is important, that we know we're doing it at a higher level, a deeper level, spiritually. But I feel like you can draw a line in the sand and say, okay, I have learned a major lesson, or whatever that lesson's about giving, and about the sparks that I put out, about heartache or the dark night of the soul, or whatever, bearing fruit. I have emerged a different person, And I'm just so drawn to this Princess of Coins. You have the Queen of Coins and the King of Coins and the Prince of Coins twice. The Knight of Coins, I'm going to see if I can make sense of all of that. Right? It's also interesting. I'm working on cards, right? And last night I was working on the Ace of Swords. Very interesting. I will have to think about that for myself. But with the 10 of Swords, you have the 4 of Swords, which talks about needing to rest. So maybe this is a reminder to you, right? Something did feel like betrayal. It's over. It's done. And even in a relationship, it can be hard to let go of a betrayal, but it's kind of like that could be what is about for you, the drawing a line in the sand. It's done now. You've dealt with it. People have apologized, or whatever. It's time to draw a line in the sand and move on to better and more beautiful things, whether it's in the same relationship or another job, or whatever the situation is for you. And then beneath the surface, you have the 10 of Cups, and there's your Prince of... I love this synchronicity. I said earlier, this needing to think about what your dreams are, and I spoke about this is the Knight of Coins again, right? And the Knight is the slow and steady Knight, and I mentioned Capricorn, and here I see Taurus as well. This is Virgo, very earthy energy in this whole reading. There's so much that's what I'm feeling. It's this thing about, there is a lot about the earth energy. And this is you knowing those dreams are there for you to have, but for you it's a slow and steady journey. slow and steady journey. It's not quick fix. You're not going to, well, I don't know, you might win the lotto. But I feel like that slow and steady is concrete, you know, like if you take time building a house, maybe this tower represents something that was built too quickly. And so the things that weren't solid needed to fall. But there's some things that can be used, you know, the stone can be used, the concrete slab, whatever. And it's that knowing that you are now building solidly from where you are towards this wish fulfillment, this happy family. And then with the moon, I feel this is, you know, the King of Coins can also be represented by that Hierophant, because that represents Taurus, right? So with the Moon card here and the King of Coins, it's like you have, it's you, and you have the Page of Coins, the Princess of Coins, right? Not being set on predetermined outcomes. And I feel like you're okay with it, you know. There's your bull again, there's Taurus again. Not saying it has to look a certain way, just I feel like for the next 2 weeks, just embrace the mystery, because so much is shifting for you. Here's the 10 of Coins, and gosh, so much earth energy, right? You have the Devil showing up, Capricorn's card. And I'm never afraid of the Devil because I'm a Capricorn, but also because I think it has beautiful messages. And if you as a watcher find this a bit of a daunting energy, I do have 2 readings, 2 like little inputs I did on the Devil, and you can go and listen to them. But let me see what the Devil's saying here. I feel there's so many things. One is judgment that came in, and letting go of judgment. But this is what is outside of you. And maybe also with the Hierophant, that's a strong message I'm getting, is you suspending your disbelief, suspending judgment on things. Even what the Devil represents for you. Do you know? Like the devil talks about power and can talk about abuse of power. And I feel here it's almost, my feeling is someone eating humble pie, or someone coming back having learned lessons of power, of managing power, of holding power in a constructive way. And I'm going to get one more, so I'm very intrigued by that. I think someone has learned, and even if this is a job offer, maybe even from a place, I can't believe this. Look at that, the Devil. Wow, that's such a confirmation of that message, you know. Someone who maybe was competing and not wanting to cooperate, coming back and offering something different. Gosh, that's really beautiful. And then in the near future, you get the 7 of Cups with the Death card. So it's almost like, well, what I feel is you are being called to release, and this is what's in the near future, releasing something. There's a slow ending, but it is allowing for a finalization. Okay, let me just take a pause. With the tower crumbling slowly, it has been a slow process for you, and with the 9 of Wands, it's been a slow process. But there is also some kind of finality that is coming or has come for you, where you're kind of able to draw a line in the sand, Group One. And that drawing a line in the sand brings about a huge change. And I think that change is in relation to where you put yourself. Do you look after the needs of everyone else and not you? And that's what I feel this message is saying, is you're undergoing almost like a complete change, in that you're drawing a line in the sand. You've learnt your lessons, you've watched the tower fall, you've been through this dark night of the soul, whatever, you've confronted the hurt, and even through it all, you put out, you tried, you did things, you helped others, you put out your CV, despite whatever, and it's taught you so many beautiful lessons, and you are learning something about putting yourself first. And I just want to say, putting yourself first doesn't have to be, we coexist with others, we live with others. Putting yourself first isn't your partner's hurt their toe and you are reading a book, and so I'm not going to bother with them, I'm not going to fuss over them because, gosh, I'm doing my self-care. Do you know what I mean? It's not a loving friend inviting you on something and you're late and you don't apologize because you are looking after yourself. I'm sorry, but there's a lot of that kind of bullshit out there where because we don't understand ourselves, our needs, and how we are with others, we create sound bites about what empowerment is, anyway. And then in the outcome, you have the Hierophant with the Five of Wands again. So here I feel like the Five of Wands is about competition, but to me it looks like you overcoming the odds, and gosh, there's this Queen of Coins. And again, this reminder. So what I was saying earlier, and I'd forgotten. So you're drawing this line in the sand, and I feel like the Knight of Coins energy, and it comes twice, and this Princess of Coins, which is the Page of Coins. It's about two things. One, so you've been in this place of mystery. You are getting your downloads or guidance or whatever on your journey. You have the King and Queen of Coins showing up in the reverse, saying that is down the line, this complete stability. It's a process. It's me putting in the work. I've learned now. I'm starting a new chapter, and my new chapter, for me, the pages are always about feeling awe-struck, at life, at what next is Spirit going to say to me, that kind of thing. And so have this attitude, and the other attitude is one of slowly but steadily. You do, and I also spoke about this Prince of Coins, Prince of Torches. I just want to think about it in relation to the Nine of Fire. See, the other message I feel is that all this experience has taught you something so beautiful, and maybe it's about this bravery in standing up for yourself. I feel here with the wise counselor, with the Hierophant, that this is a new way of you being. That you're aiming to be the Queen and King of Coins within and maybe without with the partner, but that it's a journey. It's a journey, right? And you're embracing that. I'm going to take one more for the Devil. Imagine if we get the Devil again, right? And you get the Three of Cups and the Page of Wands. There is something of, and I haven't looked at the, you've got so many Knights. Anyway, so the Devil in reverse is about power. I also feel like it's saying something about being stuck. It's judgment, and that judgment can also be turned in on yourself, where you don't take time to celebrate your achievements, or just chill. And with the Page of Wands, it's all again that guidance about being willing to not know, willing to be unsure as you walk on your journey. I think that's a big message for you, Group One. With your advice, you have the Seven of Wands, and you have the Prince of Swords. So there's two things here. The Seven of Wands is where you stand up for yourself in a situation, and the Prince of Swords with this card for me is saying the same thing as here. It's drawing a line in the sand, and maybe that's you doing what I said, cutting out, saying that that's the end of that. But it's also you drawing a line in the sand about putting yourself first. And perhaps this partner or this job, whatever, very quickly slips into, maybe that's why the devil shows up, into this like abuse of power, or I don't think abuse in a, no, maybe just game playing or taking you for granted, right? And this is you being constant about showing up for yourself. Being constant about, it's being vigilant about that. Being smart about that. Being aware of when you don't. And being aware of how you do, you know. It's again that coexisting. And I'm going to leave it there, Group One. It's such a long reading, but I think it's very powerful for the new year. And maybe that's your message for the year ahead, is because these are quite deep messages, I think. And yeah, I'd love your feedback, Group One. I hope this has helped you, and I send you lots of love. Bye. Welcome back, Group Two. You've chosen this card. What a beautiful card. I don't know. I love these cards, actually. I don't use them in readings, but I like to use them as triggers, you know, or as significators, or you know what I mean. So this is the Eight of Air, it's the Eight of Swords, and you get it with the clear quartz crystal. And the Eight of Air can talk about feeling trapped. It's very much about the head, and I feel this crystal is about that as well. I feel, so this card is suggesting that you're freer than you imagined. And I think it's such a powerful card for you to meditate on. You know, just look at and meditate on and see. Be the eagle, because I think this is about you feeling trapped in ideas about maybe your ability, about right and wrong, maybe feeling unclear about something, but I feel like clarity is coming, especially with the clear quartz crystal. Clarity is coming. But this is also a powerful reading. Group One's was as well. Beneath the deck, you have the Four of Cups. In the reverse, it's like accepting whatever's on offer. You have, it's like you were willing to just be open to whatever offers. Oh gosh, now this is just going to go on and on. And they are leading to, I feel like they are leading to something beautiful. Let's see your reading. In the near past, you have the Three of Cups. Celebrating some kind of victory. So maybe some good news came in for you, Group Two. I will show that beautiful card there. At the center, you have the World card, again suggesting something ending, like a cycle of life ending, something that you've, like a completion of something. You know, the World card talks about something being successfully completed, like an exam, like you passed a test, and that test could be metaphysical as well, right? It doesn't have to be just something tangible on this earth, but you know it. Like, if just so, even if you don't, you do. So just think about, what phase of your life do you think you have completed in a very powerful, constructive way, a lesson learned, an achievement, maybe a promotion comes in. For some of you, it might be tangible, maybe a new way of seeing yourself, something that you've worked hard on, and it's worthy of celebration. And for those who haven't celebrated this accomplishment, I think you need to, in whatever way, whether it's bringing friends together. It's like kind of patting yourself on the back. You have the Five of Wands in the reverse. Maybe you are learning a lesson around competition or the need. Maybe you've always felt like you've had to fight for your place, and maybe you are learning a lesson and letting go of that need to compete for your place. Group 2. And taking a higher perspective on that. And if not, that is the guidance. What you need to think about is the Emperor. And the Emperor again has the sword. I mean, no, the swords are coming out for me, with the Ace of Swords. There's 8 of Swords there, there's 5, and there's a 6 of Swords here. And this is about being clear. So gaining clarity about where you fit in the system. So we can have lots of emperors of our own sovereign nations within, right? And that's you. You're taking on this role of an emperor of your situation, of your, I've been thinking about the emperor and the empress and the divine masculine, divine feminine, and I've got my own little take on that, and I will talk about that soon, sometime in the year. I've got like things planned for the year. It says here, logic and organization will increase your success. Take charge of the situation, accept a leadership role, structure and discipline. So that's so beautiful. So it's also saying that if an offer has come in, don't say who, me. Say yes, me. And because you are showing up here, the Emperor is showing up here to say, to remind you of this Emperor ability within yourself, this ability to be a leader, this ability to stand strong, the ability to guide something forward. And beneath the surface is this Page of Wands. This is you, I feel, being willing to jump into this thing. Let's say you've been offered a promotion and you don't have the experience or the qualifications, right? And this is you saying, that's okay. That's okay. I might not have the experience of this, but I can learn. I can study if I need to. I can attend a course. I can speak to someone. I can watch others who are in that position before me and learn from them. So much is available to us nowadays. You don't have to have a qualification in order to do something well, right? So look out around you. Let me get let me just carry on. Group 1 also got the moon here, this willingness to, and in your case, it's the willingness to say, yes, I've got the ability, even if I don't have the experience yet. I'm being guided there and I'm taking this on. And I know that if I go in with an open heart, if I go in with embracing the mystery and knowing that I'll get the inner guidance. The moon is about mystery, but it's also about guidance, right? It's about deep intuition. So I can draw on my intuition to lead me to the right things for me, to the right people, to the right courses, to the right maybe YouTube video or whatever, the right guys, you don't have to spend thousands on university, right? There are people that need to do that, and that's fine, but you can do a course that's specific to your need, like on Udemy or Coursera or Domestika, and pay 100 Rand for a course, and there you go, Bob's your uncle, So around you is this the 5 of Swords. So I feel like there is something you need to look out here. It's not a pleasant energy. It's trickery. It's possibly losing taking a gamble that is not in your favor. I'm going to come back to it. But for me, the Five of Swords is, and this is around you, suggests that just watch for someone or others around you, and trickery. And it doesn't have to be hectic, but we'll see now, right? In the near future, look at this. Group One got it here. You have got it here. Smack bang in the near future. This, I feel this is suggesting a huge offer coming in. So you've completed one cycle, and maybe it's even the cycle of competition or something where you felt trapped, where you maybe didn't see your ability to lead, and you've completed that cycle now. And I really feel mark it. I've been promising myself, but if so much needs money, that I made posters of the cover of my book, and I've promised myself I'm going to frame it and put it up on the wall behind me. And for so long I have been too so-called humble to do things like that. Why the fuck do we do that? Do you know? For me, my book is the equivalent of like a PhD. Do you know? It's as important, or maybe more so, value to myself. And it's in that the value to me, it's that celebrating that worth to you, not what the outside world says. It's you putting your money where your mouth is. It's you saying, okay, I've completed a cycle now. Let me do some fanfare. If it's about celebrating with friends that I love, do so. People that are in my corner, do so. If it's a simple thing like buying yourself a token or doing something like a ritual, do that. It's like something needs to be honored as you step into this new phase of your life when you are leading on something, or you're taking a role that challenges you in a different way. Gosh. And you have the Magician in the outcome. It's so beautiful. I feel like maybe like work with the moon. I know we've just not so long ago come through the new moon in my sign in Capricorn. So maybe at the next full moon, do some ritual. But you don't have to wait for a full moon. The moon is the moon, right? It still has the same shape. It still has the same energy. And I think that so much of what is out there is about the energy we associate with it. It's our minds. It's the power we imbue it with. Yeah, I think I used the right term. But there's something about moon magic, about wishing things into being. It's about you using your magic in some way. But I'm going to come back to that. The Magician in your outcome is suggesting that a beautiful wish, which I feel this may be an offer, financial security comes in. Maybe you haven't had that, and maybe a windfall even. I mean, the Magician suggests a little bit of magic. But the Magician, and especially with the Empress, so powerful. For me, my three power cards, yours might be different, in the tarot are the Magician, the Emperor, and the Devil, because all three of them have I feel, the most potential for good. Well, I want to say harm first, and that's the point. There can be an abuse of power, and that's their power is in the right hands. They can be tempered, right, and used constructively. So, loving your reading, Group 2, and Group 1's is also very beautiful, I feel. Queen of Coins. Beneath the deck, the King of Swords. Let's put it here. There's this thing about clarity, about words, about the mind, about being very focused and very direct, maybe. And it's that Emperor energy. It's like a mind power. Maybe that's your reading is a lot about how you use your mind. Okay, let's see. So with the Three of Cups, you get the Six of Wands. So what I feel you should be celebrating is something that didn't seem like a victory. Maybe something you've been patient about, but you know deep down is a victory. No, like maybe, let's say you've accomplished something. Maybe you got a PhD. Maybe you passed cum laude, but no one else is saying anything about it. But you know it's a big achievement, right? And up till now, you've focused on other people saying that, but now you're realizing, or at least the guidance is for you to celebrate it, whether or not other people are celebrating. It's starting here with you, I feel. But there's something that needs to be celebrated, even if it, maybe for others it's not a victory, it's you proclaiming it a victory. And then with the World card, you get the Ace of Torches. There's such a beautiful new beginning I feel coming in for you. You know, Group 2, I feel like you need to celebrate the ending of something, this cycle that's closing. I feel if you don't know what it is, maybe spend a couple of nights journaling. What is the cycle that's ending? Please show me, whatever. Spend time on your own and see what needs to be closed. Well, I think it will be obvious to you. There's something that you've done that's worth celebrating, and it's almost like in celebrating that closure, you are ushering in a new beginning. There's such lovely new beginning energy in Group 1 and in Group 2 readings. And this can also be, you know, this is, I feel like this group is probably a group that has been offered some kind of promotion. I mean, that could also be status. It could be something like having been in a relationship that's been difficult, there hasn't been commitment, but love, yeah? And now that elevation of status to a commitment, or if that's what you want, you know? Okay, I just want to think about it. You have the Magician in the reverse here, and you have the Ace of Wands. It's saying celebrate those small victories, celebrate all the little victories, to like bring in your new beginnings, or your new beginning, because I feel like there's a new beginning, this taking on this new job, this new role. It's like encouragement to do that. Oh, and what I was going to say about the Five of Wands, this is you being in a role with a lot of others, and this is you moving out of that role. And maybe it is scary. It's scary. You might feel, I'm not the magician. I don't have the ability. I'm not the emperor. But you're taking it on gives you the courage, and you're having the courage helps you take it on. Does that make sense? But it's kind of like, okay, here's the other thing I'm seeing here. I see the Six of Wands in the reverse. So something maybe didn't show victory on the outside, but you know it's victorious. You know that it could be something unseen by others. You're celebrating that, which is something related to you being in a pool of competition, gives you this Ace of Wands, this new beginning, this spark, which has so much potential, and it's there in the Emperor's sword, it's here in the Magician's little wand, right? To create a victory, which is a 5 plus the 1, a 6, this victory in the future, where maybe this that was hidden becomes something that is outward. Whew. Okay, I need a moment here. So you're closing a cycle and you're starting a new beginning. You're taking the offer. And I think that the other thing about this new beginning, this new job, this new whatever, is that it has so much potential, you know, and that potential lies in you. It lies in your bravery. It lies in your belief in yourself. It lies in you saying, okay, I might not be the magician now, but I'm working towards that. And again, it's about the magician, the power of the magician. It needs to be in hands that are ready for it. Right? And it looks like that's where you're headed. So even if it's not now, it's in the near, it's the outcome. And it's something to do with this 5 of torches, this 5 of wands, which is about, you did get it in the reverse. It's letting go of this need for competition and conflict. You know, it's also saying, right, that you might not have the ability. I think that the magician also represents the emperor to lead. You might not have all the tools to lead now, but you obviously have something that is necessary to lead. You will gain the tools as you go along, and it's necessary for you to gain the tools as you go along, else you could be an asshole. Right? By that, I just mean I'm not being disparaging of you, Group 1, 2. I'm saying that it comes back to this magician. If we put the tools in the hands of someone who's not ready, they can misuse those tools, which is the magician. So you might not be ready now, but you have the willingness, the open mind, the open heart, and the bravery to take it on, knowing that you will learn from others, that you will be humble enough to say, I don't know, what do you think? Even to your colleagues who might not be in the leadership position, but who you've walked alongside and who some of them might even have more experience than you do, but you are the right person for this, whatever this is. Sure. Okay, let me draw a line in the sand there. So this Ace of Swords also came up for Group 1, this drawing a line in the sand here. Gosh. So the Emperor, which is also this, look at this. The King of Swords has his sword down, the Emperor has the sword up. Do you know, I feel it's you having the ability and you thinking about this, because this is in what you need to think about. That's in the beneath the deck. It's kind of like an underlying, well, I would say what you need to think about. How being willing to listen and state very clearly. Do you know? It's having that ability to know when to listen and know when to be certain. And again, it comes back to this mind, the mind being willing to, maybe you need to work with the mind, the power of the mind, Group 1, Group 2, you know, the Emperor is a fire, represents a fire sign, Aries, but I don't feel, you know, I'm seeing the sword, I'm seeing very much about the head, the mind, the intellect here. There's so much learning that you are doing or needing to do, and it's beautiful, this challenge, but you're also needing to show up in a different way, in a way that is very Solomon-like, very clear, very knowing when to speak, when to act, when to sit back, when to hear, you know? Wow, very, very powerful. So maybe you work with the Emperor. In fact, even more than the Emperor, I love this idea of working with the swords, the Ace of Swords and the King of Swords, right? Working with the mind and the head and air energy, clarity, just being willing to, through find clarity through the brambles, through the unclear, being willing to go through the unclear, knowing that you are coming to clarity. It's getting a bit esoteric, I guess, but it is what it is, right? And then in the unconscious, you have the Page of Wands. There's this being willing to be innocent, go forward with bravery, yet trepidation, because bravery is not being afraid. We have to be afraid, right? Bravery is doing the thing even though it might be fearful. You might be fearful, you know. And then with the Princess of Coins, which Group One got as well, there's this, beneath the surface is so much fertility and abundance. It's like the beginnings of that. And these are both pages. It's like a willingness to be awestruck, to be fearful but brave, right? To be willing to see what will come next, to be open about it. Because I think you're moving to, gosh, such beautiful energy, you know. And then with the Moon, you have the Four of Swords. And what I would say here for you is you do need to take time out to listen to your intuition, to work with the Moon. You know, I feel you're going into a very new phase of your life that requires new talents, new skills, new ways of thinking and being. And so you need to harness your intuition. It's like you are needing to balance the head with the heart. So if you feel overwhelmed, withdraw into your dreams, withdraw into your heart. And maybe it's a combination, because the other thought that's coming to me of writing down your thoughts, planning. That's something that I'm doing a lot of. Like, you know, it's air and water, but you also have earth here and fire. But your actions, the things that I feel are supporting you, are the heart, going into your heart. And look at the advice here, right? With the advice, you get, I don't know, oh, that's from up here. You get air and water, mind and heart. So those are the two things that you're working with. And I feel like if it feels right for you, that's your message for the year ahead. But it could also just be for the next 2 weeks or so, or 3 weeks. Work with that until maybe it feels like it's unnecessary, you know. Head and heart. Come back to write down your dreams, plan. You know, for me, my planning process starts with scribbling. It always starts with my journal, right? If I'm feeling befuddled, either a walk or a journal, both. Like, I write every day in my journal, and I do stream of consciousness writing. But sometimes that feels not enough. It feels like I need to walk as well to get rid of the excess energy, you know. So do those things that make you feel grounded and make you feel like you are listening, that make you connect to your intuition. I'm talking too much, I think. But anyway, around you is the Two of Cups with this Five of Swords. This is a beautiful relationship, but there's something maybe competitive about it. I don't know. Let me see. Let me come back to this and just go on to the rest of your beautiful reading. In the near future, you have this beautiful, it looks like an offer coming in. And Group One got this as well. The Prince of Coins, like a completely different reading, but this is about you slowly and steadily building on something, building your experiences, building this thing that you are building, you know. Do it slow and steady. That's the Prince of Coins. This prince is on a bull, on a cow, suggesting fertility as well. And they're not rushing anywhere. They're kind of like almost holding up their coin to allow magic to be their guide, you know. And you know, it's again this thing of slowly, so that you are wise in using those abilities. You know, it's a difference, I guess, between having head knowledge and having experience. It's you embracing that and saying, okay, I've been given this opportunity and now I'm going to work slowly. And those things can be knowledge, they can be your attitudes, they can be how you feel about yourself, they can be how you show up in the world. You know, slowly, slowly. This card also suggests the slowly, slowly. So keep that in your mind, slowly, slowly, Group 2. And then your outcome is the Magician. It's kind of like you're starting off as seeing this magician power, this magic that is a bit is present for you, maybe the power of the mind, but knowing that there's so much to learn in order for you to use this wisely, with humility, with respect, you know, slowly, slowly. And then your advice, you get the Six of Swords. This to me is talking about your agency, your ability, your say-so. You taking yourself from, maybe from a place of game playing or allowing people to manipulate you, to a place where you say, I have choice. I choose me, but also I have choice, and I choose the people that I'm wise in my choices of the people that I collaborate with or have relationships with or I love. Oh my goodness. There's the Seven of bloody Swords. King of Coins. Okay, so there is, you do need to be watchful of your relationships, I feel. I don't know if it's loverships or other relationships. You need to be watchful of them, right? And maybe part of your Emperor and Magician status is about knowing who is and who isn't on your side. And maybe having a bit of clarity in the way you see people. Or maybe in having a sense of authority in the way you engage with people, so that people are not inclined to fuck around with you, essentially. Yeah, because here you are showing up now as the King of Coins, and I put it intentionally between these, or sort of intentionally. I think it was my intuition putting them between these, like this is what's around you. And this can be your thoughts as well, right? So think about it in that way as well. And it could be someone or something that you are very well aware of, where there's this kind of game-playing energy. So you think about that. And this is reminding you that this is where you're starting out here with the page. You are moving slowly and steadily and willing to put in the work, but you're moving towards the status of the king, which is the same as the emperor, right? And the two kings, the king of the earth and the king of the air. But I guess you are also being guided to use your intuition in the process of going there. And this king is a benevolent king. It's a king who shares, who is confident within themselves, who has the security, and that security then feeds the nation. But the point I'm making is the security that you are working towards, this emperor status, is kind of, it's from what I'm seeing here, is an unselfish state. It's a state where it allows you to maybe even create change, maybe even whether that's within or outside of your sphere, well, whatever, you know what I mean? It's like within or without. And you know, this could be even looking after, taking care of the people you love, whether they're family or broader than that, man. You know, I think this is also saying we need power in the hands of people who can use power wisely. That's the point. Okay, group 2, very powerful reading. Readings are lovely. I don't know, I was really inspired to do them today. Please won't you share your feedback? How did this reading sit for you? Share some of the things that maybe it's triggered for you. Questions, whatever. I would love to interact with you, and I'll chat with you again soon. Bye. Group 3, welcome back. You chose this beautiful card. These like ibis, hardy-dars, I think, speeding off. The thing about the hardy-dars is that they are, or the ibis, is that they are apparently long-term loves, you know. They're made for life. And you do have the rose quartz. So the 3 of air does talk about pain, but I think it's also speaking about healing. Healing something maybe in family. And the rose quartz is the card of the heart, right? Let's leave that there. And you have here the 4 of swords, which to me is suggesting that your healing, you need to focus on it, continue to focus on it, continue to take breaks, continue to meditate, or if you don't, take time out for the stillness. You know, that's where your healing lies. You do have the swords energy here. In the near past, you have the 9 of swords. So something I feel has been hard. You know, it could even be that you find it hard to sleep. Maybe because things are hectic. But let's see. So that's why this taking breaks is so important for you, group 3. At the center, you have the 8 of swords, which is the card of feeling trapped. But this person is not trapped. And I did do a reading on the 8 of swords, a little exercise that you can do. It's really beautiful. So there's something about this perception of being trapped, group 3. And maybe it's because you've been taking on burdens that are not yours to take on. Maybe that's what your big message is that you might be burdening your actual physical heart because I think your reading is about taking care of your heart in every way. Like, go have a checkup. I'm not saying I did. And I was happy that I did because I found that my heart is doing fine, you know. And I just checked on all my things, and maybe that's guidance for you to do that, even if it's just to give you peace of mind, you know. Let me like this. Because worry can also not be good for us, you know. And sometimes it just requires us knowing. So with the 8 of swords, yeah, I've spoken about that. And then what you need to think about is the Queen of Swords. Interesting. There's this need for fairness, a need for fairness towards ourselves that seems to be coming out in all 3 readings. You are working, I feel, with the throat chakra. Look at the blue. It's about speaking up, talking up for yourself. Wow, in a beautiful way. I mean, look at this regal queen, and look at those beautiful lilac colors. It's like a gentleness, but a strength, you know. Let's see why my candles don't want to light. Okay. So you're needing to think about your words and how you show up, how you speak, how you mediate things, how maybe you are a mediator, you know, maybe that's a role that you take on. And because you do that, you need to take care of yourself, right? It's like a psychologist who's always doing therapy. They also have to seek a debriefer or a therapist so that they can be good at what they do, right? Because you're carrying a lot of people's stuff. And this sword for me is transformative. It's got a butterfly on it, and there's butterflies all around. There's something about how you speak or what you're speaking, or even writing, that can be transformative. Group 3. There's something, maybe it's something like this. you have felt these nudgings to apply for a scholarship and you've been putting it off. And maybe you need to act and do it, because look at the prosperity and abundance around this queen simply because she spoke up for herself. So maybe that's another thing, is you learning how to speak up for yourself, right? It could be the smallest thing, but have huge transformative power. I think that another message of guidance is not be too stuck in your head that you don't listen to your intuition. There's something maybe that is blocking your intuition, and it could be you not getting enough sleep. It could be you seeing something as being a trap when actually it's a lesson. There's something you're learning. You know, the Three of Swords is about heart healing. It's about a pain, some kind of pain, maybe sleepless, that's caused you sleepless nights, but you've learned so much from it. I really feel like your guidance is to focus on the lesson. It sounds trite, but it's so true. We learn from these situations and we come out like we can choose to come out so transformed. And there's that transformation again. You have the Ace of Coins, and you have it in the reverse. Yeah, it's like maybe something, okay. You know, the Ace of Coins is maybe you wanting to do something alone, and perhaps what is around you here is this collaboration. Maybe you are needing to listen to Spirit about something that you are working on, that you are not willing. Maybe you are even stubbornly holding on to. There's definitely this feeling of needing to listen, to hear Spirit's guidance, guiding you to the right person, study, course of study, YouTube video, whatever, that is going to help you move something that is maybe not moving, and is making you feel stuck. And it might be around finances, and it's kind of something like that, where you see the opportunity in the blockage, right? That you might be blocked physically in the sense that you don't have the finances, but your mind is not blocked. Your mind can be working on things. And in the near future, you have the Five of Cups, which is beautiful, beautiful. It's in reverse, so it's suggesting that you are moving from this place of feeling stuck. You're willing now to turn your gaze away from what didn't work to what you have learned. So that's beautiful. Group 3, it's maybe that turning has been slow, but you are getting there. I really feel that. And then in your outcome, you have the Page of Swords. And you know, this could be you being willing to start from scratch on something new. Like if a job or a relationship didn't work out, it's never too late. There's no such thing as they wasted my time, because everything is a learning experience. And this is you being willing to, all the cards, all the readings got this idea of being, I love this idea that the swords came. You know, what is so powerful for me personally as the reader is that I was working on my own Ace of Swords last night, drawing it, you know. And so it's just come up in every one of the readings. It's been prominent in different ways. So this is you being willing to learn, to have an open mind, to move into something with a sense of not needing to know. Here it says logical, perceptive, insightful, blunt, an exciting intellectual challenge, brilliant insights, information that you need but might be challenging to receive, review all documents carefully. So it's you having an open mind, but not just an open mind in the sense of an intuition, but a real open mind in the sense of being willing to learn, being willing to start at one point and gather information as you go, you know. And it comes back to doing this, being willing to take that time out. Let me see. I haven't even got carry fives. And look at this, the Queen of Swords comes out again. Fairness, you know, like willing to see two sides of the story, but also at the same time being firm about your truth, you know. Let's see. And I feel like with the Nine of Swords there, you might have been worrying and agonizing about something, trying to find your own truth or trying to speak your own truth. And I think that this shift is in you actually doing that. Okay, I'm going to take these and just, wow. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Your outcome card. I'm supposed to cover these, man. Your outcome card is so beautiful. I'm just gonna remember, I hope. Okay, so beneath the deck you have the Seven of Torches, the Seven of Wands, which is in the reverse. So I feel like you need to be thinking about okay, I'm going to come back to that. I'm getting like burning your bridges. I'm getting standing up for yourself. But I'll tie it in if if I remember, which means it's necessary, right? So this thing, this sleepless nights, this thing's not working out, whatever, they've taught you so much about this courage and like a gentle strength. I mean, look, this woman has her hand in the lion's mouth. And the lion's not but isn't harming her because of her inner strength. You have learned so much about your own strength. Trust that, Group 3, and hold on to that. With the Eight of Swords, you have the Nine of Coins. So this whatever this feeling that you've had of being trapped is helping you, it's leading you to independence, to some kind of fulfillment, I think. And that's what it looks like here, like financial independence. So something that looked one way is actually leading to something that is everything that you've wished for, is the sense that I get. With the Ten of Wands here, did I even look at it? It's like this burden, yeah, maybe you feeling trapped by your burdens, but perhaps you've been in a situation where you've been giving too much and feeling trapped in a situation. I feel that's turning around. I feel like you're coming to a space where you're going to see the fruit of your labor, where you will feel that you're getting back. Group 3. That all you did was not in vain, and there's a sense of you standing in your power, believing in yourself and seeing that in tangible terms. That's what I feel here. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Three of Coins. There is and this is what you need to think about. I feel you've got a strong message about collaboration. Well, this Queen is in the upright. So it's saying being open to collaboration, to getting help from people, not cutting them off. And that help, that support, that collaboration can be deeply transformative for you, Queen of Swords, or whoever you are. It can be deeply transformative. It's having that open mind. And here in the unconscious is, I would say, just know that there might be this feeling of not being in tune with your I feel like this is a vestige. It's just like after, not even an aftershock, it's just the ripple effects of this hard time that you've been through, that you're still moving into this energy of being in your power in a situation, in a kind of situation, or a way, a thing. And that sometimes when we're trying to learn a new habit or whatever, that it might take time. So don't be hard on yourself, right? Like, don't say, oh, why am I not, I can't listen to my intuition. Why? What's wrong with me? Why is this? Why? Here's a good example. Why am I not manifesting? There's something wrong with me. So I'm not punting my book here, but I talk about the law of attraction and why I have such a problem with the way we are sold this idea that you can click your fingers and get whatever you want. I think it's the biggest hoax of the century, like, because it does keep people trapped and it blames people for being in the conditions they are in. So what I'm saying to you is stop being hard on yourself. If you know you've learned a lesson, but you're still taking time to really feel it in your whole body, cut yourself some slack. Lessons can take time and can start in our heads and then take time for us to really feel them and embody them and live them, right? But you are learning something so beautiful about harmony, about give and take, about sharing, about collaboration. It's really lovely, Group 3. And then with the Ace of Coins, you have the Prince of Coins. I love this because you might be waiting for this windfall, but actually, and it comes back to this, there's this law of attraction thing, whereas actually, truly speaking, I think maybe there's a 0.00001% people that may be born under a lucky star. I don't know, but like really. And that lucky star can be generational wealth. Do you get me? Or the color of your skin, or on and on and on. But this is a reminder that rather than go and bet and waste money betting and betting, invest in yourself, in the slow and steady building of this new you, this new project, this new opportunity, this collaboration, slowly but steadily. Even if it's a love, slowly and steadily build that love based on your experiences of the past, based on loving yourself more than you did in a past relationship that might have hurt you, and when you feel like, oh, I'm still weak, whatever those things are that you say to yourself, I'm supposed to have learned that lesson and I'm still feeling like this, that's okay. Just cut yourself some slack and remind yourself that these lessons that are about deep transformation, they take time. And again, it can be so easy in our minds to learn those lessons, translating them to feeling and living them it's a process, and just allow it to be. So slowly and steadily rather than quick fix. And then around you, I love this. You have collaboration. And to me, this could be something, this is old wisdom, old knowledge, right? This represents the Romans, the Greeks, the, Phoenicians or whatever, but it represents old heritage and things that have stood the test of time, and so does the Hierophant. The Hierophant, I do have all the cards have a negative as well, but the Hierophant can, in the positive, which it is here, is speaking about something that's tried and tested that is good for you. It could be church, it could be a therapist, it could be a marriage, it could be some institutional arrangement, it could be a collaboration that is good for you. It's showing up in a way that is true, it's tried and tested. Like, I think that it's, you know, with the star here, which is Aquarius, a freedom-loving stuff, and the Hierophant's like opposite each other in some ways. And this is saying, trust in this, lean on this. There's something that you need to lean on here. And then in the near future, there's you get with the Five of Cups, the Ten of Swords. This person, the Ten of Swords, can speak about being overburdened, but it's kind of like I feel you're letting go of the burdens, but taking the lessons with you. Because this person's quite capably carrying these. You are taking the lessons with you, the lessons that have shown you your own inner strength, that have shown you about give and take, about love being a two-way street, you know, that kind of thing. And then with the thing, you get the star, and I'm just going to have to cover up. This is the water bearer. It's just, you know, there's a lot of air energy here, but it's believing in your dream and working slowly towards your dream. Yeah. And believing in the slow but steady. I mean, also the Page of Swords is at an early stage. You have the Queen here. So I feel like your lesson is also in learning to speak up, speak your truth, you know, stand up for yourself, cut out what doesn't work for you. But the Page is also having a sense of wonder about that. You don't have to show up in like cutting and scathing. You can be calm. You can be calm, and it's like working towards your wish fulfillment. Maybe with the Page of Swords, it's also about writing down your dreams, writing them, like having like a dream jar, you know, you write your wishes in affirmations and put them in a jar and fold them up and put them in a jar, and then look at them a year from now or a few months from now and see. And then your advice, you get the Nine of Wands with the Temperance. I love this angel here. Patience, balance. And here it says blending the ideas of others with your own to create something extraordinary. I love that, right? So this is saying lean on others. You don't have to go it alone. There is something around you that is, it could be a lovership, but something that has the potential to create a partnership. And trust in your own experience. Trust that you have something to bring to the table. Because the sense that I get from here, sometimes we cannot take on partnerships because we ourselves are not feeling good enough to be in those partnerships, even if we tell ourselves other stories. So that's what I'm getting to. There's something about self-belief for you, Group 3, and there's something about partnerships, and specifically tried and tested partnerships, tried and tested ideas or things or institutions, and the willingness, which I feel is related to this Page of Swords, to not know, to explore. That's what I feel. And the Seven of Swords, maybe being smart. Gosh, why did I even, let me just see what these are saying. So Group 3, I feel like you are needing to continue this work on your heart. You really, really do need to. You need to take seriously this need to withdraw when things are feeling too heavy for you. Work with the moon energy. And with the Seven of Swords, perhaps you are also letting go of this. I think your heart has been hurt in the past by you feeling, and this comes from our childhoods, it can come from places where we've needed to protect ourselves, where maybe adults didn't protect us. This need to fight, win now before someone else wins over me. I really feel strongly that's your guidance. One, believing in yourself, thinking about your words. Your words can be transformative, your actions can be transformative, and your thoughts can be transformative. And it's you learning more about collaboration rather than fight, or even fight or flight, dear Group 3. So just trust and value all the experience you have had that is helping you start to embrace this beautiful you here. These 3 are all about balance. The Strength card, balance between the soft and the gentle and the strong, that they can live in harmony. They can be 2 sides of the same coin. The balance between the masculine and feminine, and the harmony. And this, in this particular card, it's talking about the harmony between people, knowing our strengths and knowing what we have to bring to the table, and trusting other people in that process, not feeling like we have to fight for everything. And that's what takes us to our wish fulfillment. That's what I'm seeing here, Group 3. Very powerful readings. I would love to hear your feedback, Group 3, and just your comments and even questions. And I wish you a wonderful year ahead. I wish you a beautiful 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And I send you lots of love. Bye.